How hard is it to upgrade the high pressure fuel pump on a B8.5 as a first timer?
There's a couple of gotchas in there. It's not hard. That you have to be careful with some seals. There's a couple of pretty critical seals on the piston interface that you want to make sure you're not damaging, or that they don't get like curled when you put the new piston in. That is what's keeping the fuel basically out of your crankcase. So those are pretty critical. But other than that, it's pretty basic work. It's literally like two bolts holding down the pump, and it's your fuel lines connected to it. It all kind of comes out as one assembly without a lot of other, disassembly. Depending on what intake you've got, you might have to take the intake out first.
Yeah, I'd say
But
definitely.
it's pretty simple.
Go look at the install instructions that we post. We rated a 2 out of 5 on the spiciness scale, which isn't that bad. I think if you have the right tools, like Nate said, you follow our instructions, you'll be fine.
Yeah, you're working with some pretty tight tolerance stuff. You want to work in a pretty clean situation. You want to be doing this like in a dirt driveway on the ground, and like you want to have a nice workbench, a clean workbench, a clean way to hold things properly and securely without.
Yeah, I'd recommend getting like, don't tell your wife, but like a cookie sheet that's been cleaned.
Sure.
And use that as your clean space.
You want a secure way to hold the pump. That's one of the bigger challenges,
Yeah.
is holding the pump without damaging the pump. So just being gentle with some vice jaws, or however you're physically locating the pump. Don't crank it down and like oval the body or anything like that. But there's with some basic tools you can do it pretty easily, and it's a quick job. Once you've done it once, you can do them in 10-15 minutes tops.